What's crack? Big dogs. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the headquarters. My name is Nicholas. This is BDGE. And we are bringing on a guest today to talk some fantasy football, which is a very, 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 very rare thing. I almost never, ever bring people on to talk fantasy. You might recognize this man, Peter Overzet, below me. And we are testing out a new stream.
What's up, man?
Out a new. How many times have you made that joke on your?
I honestly haven't. Right there, it felt good because I don't make that joke a ton.
Dude, that was fire. All right. Well, that's Peter Overzet down there. He is quickly becoming a good friend of mine. He's one of my favorite people in the industry. He has his own thing going on over there. He is a man of many shows. He is absolutely destroying the NFT game. He just let go of a CryptoPunk, which, you know, was a huge mistake, but he's a fellow underdogger. And for the 5 nights of streaming, I thought who better to bring on than Mr. Peter Overzet. How are we?
Yeah, too soon with the CryptoPunk stuff. I was just trying to get you airdropped an influencer NFT from another project I like, and I checked out your OpenSea wallet that you shared, and their taunting me was your CryptoPunk that you still hold.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'm ever getting out on that. I feel like I should probably get out right now, but over the next 5-10 years, there are going to be so many ebbs and flows that I don't know. The emotional heartthrob, I feel like you might have made a really wise decision to get out quickly. And we've just dropped the link into the Discord, so the draft will be starting soon. For those of y'all that are new to the channel, for those of y'all that are just joining us for the first time, we are drafting on Underdog Fantasy. The link to download this app right in the description. It'll take you directly to the App Store. This is the single best place to prepare for your drafts. It's the reason we're doing 5 nights of drafting right now, to help y'all prepare for the single most packed weekend of fantasy football drafting upcoming, Labor Day weekend. So we will draft together, myself and Pete's. And I've heard so far that we have very, very different drafting styles. I am a big proponent of getting running backs early and often, and I'm loving our draft spot because you cannot convince me otherwise with the first overall pick. I hear you're a big wide receiver guy. I know you and your crew are the sharp underdog guys. You're the ones that are moving the ADP left and right here. So I feel like we're gonna butt heads a little bit tonight, but it should be good.
Yeah, and I will say there's a very big difference between, you know, trying to win a 200,000 person tournament on Underdog and trying to win a 12-team league, which is what we're trying to do here. This is a self-contained private league, and the strategy is much different. And from the 101, yes, Christian McCaffrey is in a tier unto himself.
I will warn you as well. Very much like when you did the randomizer drafts and I would pop in while being in the draft with you guys and try to like ruin your whole fucking video. All of these people in the draft with us are also probably watching the live stream. So we can, if you want to like throw ricochet shots and like pretend that we like people so that people before us draft, that's fair game. So we're sitting here at the 101. No question about it. Christian McCaffrey, welcome to the team.
Let's do it. Christian McCaffrey, welcome to the team. I also like how you said that, you know, we're doing a mock draft here. This is the best way to help you prepare for your drafts this weekend. But also, Peter, if you want to do rogue red herring picks to throw these guys off the set, we can also do that.
Listen, the best part about Underdog is that, you know, these aren't really mock drafts. We put mock draft in the title because it absolutely fucking slaps on YouTube CEO or SEO, I should say. We are the YouTube CEOs. You know, I get that confused sometimes. We're such big brain out here. Put mock draft in the title, but these are actually paid leagues. So if you come in first, second, or third, then you will actually win money at the end of the year. You don't play anything in season, no waiver wire, no trades, no nothing like that. So sign up on Underdog. And Pete, you are. I know you're part of. You know, there's Big Pharma. You're officially part of Big Promo Code. So we're gonna throw your name out there when you guys sign up. You know, go back and forth.
We're on your channel. You use Nick's. You do. What is your code? BDGE?
Maybe. Who knows? But I know your code is Pete. PETE. Use promo code Pete when you sign up.
No. You use BDG. Honestly, if people are watching now and haven't signed up for Underdog, I mean, what is going on with them?
I know this. We stream so fucking often. I can't imagine anyone in the audience is not doing it. All right, how do we switch to a new window because I want to put the draft board up so people can see. But
Okay,
this is
first of all, click the grid. You're not going to want to toggle back because you did a Chrome tab share. Click the little grid to the top left of our team there over the dog's left shoulder. No, like not like within this applet.
okay. So stick with the grid here.
Yeah, so I like to go to the grid, and then when I'm getting close, I'll just X out of it and go back to the queue. You can open that up as a new window, but then instead of doing a Chrome tab share, you need to do a window share, and then you can click back and forth from the queue in the separate window.
See, this is why I brought you on.
Yeah.
I actually only brought you on because I wanted to learn how to use StreamYard,
Yeah.
and then I'm throwing you out.
You told me that you wanted to do an underdog draft, but you Trojan horsed a StreamYard tutorial into this.
Yeah, you popped on and you're like, wait, this isn't what you usually fucking use.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So we've got heavy running backs, and that's going to be the theme for my subscribers here. We preach running backs early and often. I feel like the 101 is definitely a spot where once you get back to the turn at the 24-25 pick, there's rarely running backs that you actually want to slam the draft button on.
Yeah, and it all depends on the room. You know, sometimes in the tournament rooms, you know, all the good running backs, the early ones are like off the board. I mean, in the tournaments, like Joe Mixon's normally going at the back end of the second round. In this room, he went at the turn. So we're going to be looking, you know, if CEH falls, I think that's a nice pick. It sounds like they waived Darwin Thompson. So I'm guessing Clyde Edwards-Helaire is fine. I think he's a good pick, but otherwise these wide receivers are looking juicy here.
Yeah, I doubt we're going to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire because you dropped his fucking name, which I told you.
You want the false flag.
Yeah, okay. I love that. There we go. We got Verzi. Verzi's such a sucker. He's in the Discord. Verzi, you believe everything we say. But I like the wide receivers that are sitting here that will have a chance to scoop up a couple of young guys. Who are you liking here?
Man, so I love AJ Brown. I love CeeDee Lamb. I love Keenan. Those three are definitely the best. And then if you want to sprinkle in the tight end, I do like Kittle. Honestly, any of those top four, I love any combo of those.
Yeah, we're definitely going to grab AJ Brown as our one here. I don't have a lot of exposure to him because I end up taking a running back often in the second round. Anytime I'm at the 101, if AJ Brown falls there, I typically tip the cap there. And then CD, Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin are very similar for me. I feel like all of them have really nice upside. All of them have really nice floors. I tend to fade Kittle here because I feel like there's enough tight ends that we can kind of scoop up on the back end.
Yeah,
I'll go Keenan Allen.
Let's do it.
I think he's a guy that with Justin Herbert under center last year was just on pace for a ridiculous amount of targets. I love the way that this Charger offense is set up. New offensive line, Herbert in his second year. It should be spicy out there in LA.
Yeah, one other reason I love taking Keenan, other than the fact that he's really good, is Herbert sometimes falls in drafts where you can get him really cheap. Like I've gotten him at pick 95, pick 100 in some of these drafts. So always kind of, and I like, again, this is more of a tournament thing, but I like getting those stacks. So the fact that we might be able to get Herbert pretty cheap later, but now that I mentioned it, someone will snipe us just to dick with us.
Well, that's a good point, especially with a guy like CD. Everyone's trying to stack in these leagues. And you might have to like reverse engineer that and say, hey, do I take CeeDee Lamb or Keenan Allen? Are you nervous about Dak? I feel like the injury there, anytime someone on Twitter drops the linger word is a scary fucking word, man. And now we're hearing that kind of surfaced around Dak Prescott. And that might make me think twice about saying, like, in a best ball format, do I grab CeeDee Lamb? Because I'm not confident about grabbing his quarterback.
Yeah, I'm worried. I've been like, some of these injuries are starting to worry me a little bit. The thing with Dak that's crazy too, right, is like he has what he's rehabbed from last year, and then he also has this new shoulder injury as well. And so I am a little worried, but I feel like the risk has been a little bit baked into his ADP. He's not going in that Josh Allen, Kyler Murray range. He's going a full 15 picks after those guys. So I don't mind taking the risk. And in the way I think about it is like, okay, we already made a bet on CeeDee Lamb. Or sorry, we didn't in this one. If you did make a bet on CeeDee Lamb, like you might as well grab Dak, because if Dak is toast, well, your CeeDee Lamb pick is probably toast too. So once you've made that bet, you might as well just assume Dak is fine.
That's a fair assessment. And we have someone in the chat with a little bit of cam love. I love that you can just click it and the chat pops up just like beautifully on the screen. Man, StreamYard, where you been all my life? So Camel sign in Dallas to save CD. The Cam news was kind of listen, I truly, truly deep down believe Cam was the starter and would have had like a pretty good at least first half of the season if that COVID shit didn't happen. I think that just opened, like, when you're in a tight battle, you don't have room for error there. Like when running back by committee, a quarterback battle, like you don't have room to miss 5 days of camp 2 weeks before the season starts. That opened the door. I'm shocked that they actually ended up cutting him. I feel like it was probably like a behind closed doors kind of conversation they had where he was like, listen, if I'm going to be the backup here, I have no chance of starting. At least send me somewhere where I could be a starter next year or compete for the role this year or something like that. But they leave him in a pretty fucked up situation. They got a week before kickoff, and I doubt he's going to get any play time this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a shock that Mac Jones is starting whatsoever. I mean, I think we all assumed that that would happen at some point. It is shocking to me, though, that they just straight out cut him, that they were like, we would rather have Brian Hoyer be our backup quarterback than Cam Newton, and to take the $3.5 million, dead cap hit. But I think it does speak to the kind of the COVID stuff and how much that was, a scarlet letter, on Cam's kind of position on the team. And then when Mac looks so good in preseason, I think they're like, fuck it, let's roll.
Yeah, shocking shit, man. I'm kind of excited to see. I think where I see Vegas odds, Pittsburgh was really high up there. I think Indianapolis, Dallas was high up there. So he'll probably be signed pretty quickly. I mean, he's better than a lot of the backups in the league right now. All right, we are.
Someone in the chat said the Pats released Hoyer. Who is their backup quarterback now?
Is that real?
I guess I don't know. Like, generally, I can trust my chat. Am I allowed to trust your chat?
Yeah. Debatable. I think given the context, I feel like it's true. Maybe they'll fucking throw. Maybe they'll throw Jonnu Smith in the backfield and let him take some snaps. Put him at running back. Why not at quarterback?
Yeah, I don't trust you guys, but I did just confirm. Jarrett Stidham looks like he's the backup now, but still doesn't change the point. They like Jarrett Stidham over Cam Newton, which is still pretty crazy.
You love to hear that. We are rapidly approaching pick. And we are the 4-12-5-1. We've started off with C-Mac. We started off with A.J. Brown, Keenan Allen. Sexy, well-rounded team thus far. Tight ends, Kyle Pitts and Mark Andrews, and T.J. Hockenson left on the board. A couple exciting young wide receivers. There goes Ayuk off the board. He goes just absurdly high in all of my best ball drafts.
What is your take on Henderson post Sony?
I'm a little bit nervous given what Schefter said. Like, I feel like he doesn't fuck around. He doesn't come out and say something like, oh, he could be the lead back, sooner rather than later, without having like some kind of knowledge with it. What do you think about Miles Sanders here at the 4-12?
Yeah, I don't mind him. I'm generally taking a receiver here, but I think Sanders is a nice pick.
We'll do that just because we're about to time out.
Yeah, let's see what the wide receivers, because there's some nice wide receivers here. I mean, I love T. Higgins. He's one of my favorite players, so I'll pound the table for T.
Yeah, I'm with that T pick. I probably would have doubled up on wide receivers if I wasn't a fucking asshole and actually looked at who was left on the board. But Miles Sanders is a guy that I've been widely fading. They did just cut Jordan Howard. I think did Carrion get hurt and then they cut him, or is he still like in that backfield right now?
Yeah, he got hurt and they did like some injury settlement thing that I don't understand and let him go. But now they're just rocking with Sanders, Boston Scott, and Gainwell. And I don't know. It's one of those things. No one wants to draft Eagles running backs because it feels gross. But my kind of take has been, I love Gainwell too, super late. But like, what has really changed for Miles Sanders since last year when he was going at the 1-2 turn, and now you're getting him in the 5th?
Well, yeah, he was like my favorite player in the world last year. I literally told everybody, like 55% of the comments I get on my YouTube videos this summer are about Miles Sanders. Like, how can we trust this fucking asshole after he tells us to draft to take Miles Sanders at the 110, at the 112? I just feel like they gave, the window for running backs in the NFL to really seize a huge workload is really small, and they gave that opportunity to Miles Sanders. He didn't hold up. They gave it to him for the first few weeks, and then it kind of dwindled. And this offense like could be really bad. And they added a lot of heads, which I feel like kind of speaks to what they want to do this year. Boston Scott's going to get way more playing time than people are probably anticipating. Kenny Gainwell will have some kind of small role. I thought that Jordan Howard or Kerryon Johnson there could like work out a goal line role, but at the end of the day, I don't know if the goal line role is actually going to be is actually going to be that valuable in Philadelphia. Like their offensive line is a little bit healthier, but they're still kind of banged up. They're not as good as they used to be. So I'm still worried about Miles Sanders. I'm worried about the offense. I mean, he was horrible at catching passes last year, and now they also have two guys, Boston Scott and Kenneth Gainwell, who are really good at catching passes. So that's like kind of my concern there in Philadelphia. And we're seeing like a few Darrell Henderson over Miles Sanders picks. I mean, listen, Miles Sanders is for sure the starter there. I think Darrell Henderson is as well, but so listen, like Sony could be toast, but Sony could end up being like what Malcolm Brown was last year. Malcolm Brown was like annoying enough that you couldn't play Henderson or Akers with confidence. He led the team like targets, reception, so he was just one of those guys that pisses you off. And I feel like Sony Michel could do that too.
I think Sony Michel could be even more of a nuisance than Malcolm Brown because he actually has a little bit of juice left in him. I mean, he is a former first round pick, still a current first round pick if you really think about it. And yeah, I don't know. He looked good in the preseason. The thing that's scary about him too is like he can catch passes. Even back his college profile, he was a pass catcher. So I'm a little worried. My snap take when that happened was like, nah, Henderson's the guy. He's going to be fine. And then you start to see how much draft capital they gave up to get him and know how willing McVay is to use these secondary backs. So I am a little worried about it. It's nice in these self-contained leagues. I still think Henderson's a value there. Like I like both him and Sanders in that range, but in the, I keep referencing the tournaments because that's mainly what I've played, but like there's people who have him in the 12th round from all summer. And then you're drafting him in the 4th round and you're having to go against those teams. So it doesn't make sense, but that's the beauty of these self-contained leagues is all we care about is these 12 or 11 opponents.
It was wild that you just said like Sony Michel had a pass catching background. I was about to be like, Pete, what are you doing coming on the stream and saying some shit like that? But he was good in college at Georgia. You come to the Patriots and they make you just they hit you with like the Men in Black pen and you have no idea that he was a pass catcher at all because he's probably caught a total of like 15 passes since he's been in a Patriots uniform. So yeah, I think Sony Michel's a little more dangerous than we're probably giving him credit for. And then we have David Kringlin just go off, King. I'm not sure what he's so upset about. Did we miss a comment? Retract my statement of draft picks. Bye, asshole. Unsubscribe. We'd love to see that. Love the support.
It seems like a comment you would make in like January when your season just ended and you were hot. Like, I love that he's still so upset. Like, we're talking like 7 months later, and he tuned into this stream to let you know that this was the last draft. He's probably already had his draft too. Used your advice for it.
Yeah.
Now I'm out.
All right, let's check out what we got. We're 5 picks away. How did your drafts go this weekend? Were you up in New York actually?
No. I was doing we were doing the FFPC main event drafts just online. After we make these picks though, I need to hear about your draft weekend because you gave me an invite and you had told me about it when I was in New York with you about a month or so back, and I legitimately wanted to pull it off. And you're going to tell me how much I missed out. I saw the Instagram stories. I saw the photos. It looked like a very good time.
It was fucking awesome. I had so much fun. Yeah, I'm kind of upset you didn't come, but we need to make our picks here. So we're sitting at the 6-12, 7-1. I know you're not like a big like stack up the running backs squad. I kind of like the Gaskin value here at the 6-12.
Yeah. Yeah, let me see the other. Yeah, Gaskin. Where are you at? Like, I like
Can
Odell
at
this
Herbert
price.
One of these picks?
Let's wait on Herbert.
Okay.
Just because we have the cover of Wilson. I like Gaskin. I think Gaskin's good, and I think Odell's a nice value there too.
You like Odell?
You out on Odell?
Yeah. I just feel like people have been chasing his prime for 4 years, and it's just
one thing I'll say about Odell. Like, I think those concerns are valid, but you're getting him like 16 picks after ADP here. Like, it is a pretty steep discount.
But yeah, we'll take him. But
we could get Boyd if you want to double stack.
Nah, I don't really like Joe Burrow, to be honest with you. This year, I'm a little bit like off him, so I don't want to stack up the whole Cincinnati offense. Odell, I just feel like there's people just love the fact that his he has like quick twitch fibers, but he's like not that good of an NFL wide receiver anymore. Like, he's fun to watch, I guess, but what realistic upside does this man have? I mean, we saw him play 16 games 2 years ago, and he was outpaced by Jarvis Landry in basically every statistic,
Yeah. I mean, the 2 years ago point, I think is a valid point. I mean, last year he was banged up. It was I think a weird year for that entire offense. Baker was off his game all last year. They also had like the two or three crazy weather games with all the wind. So, it also skewed their kind of like overall pass volume toward even more run heavy than they wanted to be. So I don't know. I'm kind of the belief that this offense is just going to be really, really good this year. I think they're going to be one of the best teams. And obviously they want to rely on the run. But I don't know. I guess I'm holding out a little hope that Odell Beckham could return to form. To me, when I'm looking for like who could be this year's Stephon Diggs, like the guy that we just missed, that was a baller that for some reason we're drafting in the 5th and 6th round because we don't like that he changed teams or whatever. Like there's a couple guys that check those potential boxes for me, and Odell's one of them.
That's fair. I'm just like concerned that he's old and the amount of injuries are starting to pile up to the point where it's like, even if he's still a good receiver, he just doesn't have the upside that he used to have because his body doesn't work as well. The only thing I'm kind of encouraged about is that I'm a big fan of what Matt Harmon's doing over there at reception perception, and I take that into account on all the wide receivers. And Odell on the limited snaps that he did play last year before getting hurt was actually still a really, really good separator. I just don't know what that actually means in terms of the offense. That's clearly going to be just a ground and pound ground and pound type offense with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt back to back. I like taking Landry a few rounds later, to be honest. I feel like the passing offense also gets a bad rap because they had that stretch of games. There was like a month where every game was just played in a fucking hurricane. And I feel like that just murdered their stats altogether. And people look at the end of season stats and be like, Baker's like a 3,500 passing yard guy. All these guys in the passing game just absolutely stink. So it's like, I don't know. You take that at the end of the day, it's just like an offense where they have the best offensive line, if not just like a top 3 offensive line. Baker's an accurate quarterback, pretty good offensive weapon. So like, I do want pieces, whether it's, Odell, I guess, or Jarvis, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Baker Mayfield.
I think Jarvis is a great pick this year. And, it's like you have to draft Robert Woods in the 4th round. You have to draft even Tyler Boyd, who I like. You have to draft him in the 6th or 7th round. You're getting similar type of like volume slot production from Jarvis Landry in the 9th round. I like that a lot. And I think he fits on builds when you do go really running back heavy, getting those kind of, volume target hogs that cheaply, with your, mid to late round picks. I think Jarvis is kind of a perfect pick. If you start your draft with 5 or 6 wide receivers, you probably don't want to be using Jarvis Landry's score. But if you start with 3 or 4 running backs, Jarvis Landry's score is going to be in your lineup a lot.
Yeah. What do you usually do for builds on these teams? I know most people. Here's my one concern with like the way people build teams. And like you said, it's very different tournament playing against 12-team leagues. My concern is that, the winner of the Best Ball Mania last year, Justin, had his build of like 4 running backs and a zillion wide receivers, and it's literally a 1-year sample size. So like when a team this year wins the Best Ball Mania with 6 running backs, we're going to be like, wait, we all fucked up. He got lucky that 1 year, and then we switch things up. Like, you're someone that builds a team with a shitload of wide receivers, correct?
So, basically in most drafts, I am, but it depends on like how I'm getting there. Like the way I think about it in general, and maybe let's talk about the bigger philosophical thing here after we make these picks at the 8-9 turn here. But I would say that in general, it's how I deploy my capital. Like I start drafts, I do some of the hyper fragile drafts where I start with 3 straight running backs. Like I've done the Christian McCaffrey, CEH, Najee Harris start. And then I'm still getting to like 9 or 10 wide receivers late because I need to make up with it for volume. But if I start with 5 straight wide receivers, I'm probably only going 7, maybe 8 total. And those last 3 are going to come super late. So it's more like I have these bullets in the chamber. And then based on what I do in those first 3 to 4 picks is going to dictate how I make the rest of those picks.
Okay. I feel you. We're rapidly approaching our guy is still on the board. I have a feeling Verzi's just going to snipe him. Nope. Wow, what an awful.
There you go. This is what I was talking about. Sitting. Oh god damn, the snipe
fucker.
I knew they would. Who to go? We're gonna after we're done. We're looking at his team and we're gonna roast him for how bad.
Oh, we're not even. I'm kicking him out of the Discord. He's out of the Discord. He's not a Patreon member anymore. He can fucking sit on it.
What do you think about LT? I like LT at this price.
I'm fine with it. Let me see what we got at tight end. I like Tanyan a lot more, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, let's I just think we should get a tight end with one of these picks. Quick.
You're the guest, so we'll grab him.
I think we got him. Oh, Q.
Hey,
Okay.
you know what? That's a nice feeling, getting timed out and still getting the guy that you want.
He was at the top, so I was like, that'll work
You know
out.
what Underdog needs to do as a piece of content? Underdog needs to. Okay, actually, wait. I need to stop talking because we have.
Yeah, let's make this pick.
All right. Well, Herbert's gone, so now we feel shitty.
I think we can wait on quarterback.
Same.
I mean, I like Hardman and Fuller. Where are you at on those guys?
I would prefer Fuller,
Let's do Fuller.
but we're probably gonna miss him.
No, Nick, you got wait. Nick, you're not. You do use the Q. You got to click it,
Bro, you know what's so funny? Like every time I do these drafts, I'm like, I miss out. I auto pick like half of my fucking team while I'm doing my live streams. And then after every single time, I'll be like, I need to start using the Q. And then all the comment sections are like, quote, I need to start using the Q, Nick, circa 2016. Like I've been saying it for 5 fucking years and I can't nail it down. The Underdog needs to have
read your mind.
Well, no, they need to have a fucking video. Yeah, they actually need to have like a do not draft list where I can be like, do not draft this guy under any circumstance.
Yeah.
They need to put together a compilation of every like creator that does Underdog drafts and their reactions for timing out on shit.
Yeah.
They would be epic.
Well, it's tough, right? Because I'm the same way in that I don't use my Q when I'm on stream because I don't want to tip my hand every single time and just be like, people get the troll equity out of sniping you. On the other hand, you start talking and then you get timed out.
Dude, well, here's the thing. It's like, especially when you're streaming, you have so many like programs open up that you're
scroll down, by the way, so people can see the full draft board. I'm helping you out here.
Okay, my man. There's so many like software programs open that your computer runs, you know, the latency is already like 5 seconds behind. Your computer is running like 3 seconds late. By that time, you know, you've cut off 35% of your actual draft clock. It's not easy to do this at the same time. Let's see. Dion out here. Nick needs to get his fast twitch muscles up. All right, whatever. I'm over this.
One of the nicest compliments I ever got was I did a randomizer draft last year with Tom Everett Scott. Also did one with you, Nick, which I think it still holds up if you guys want to watch that in the archives. But Tom Everett Scott told me I had nimble fingers with how quickly I was able to adjust the Q. So I'm very proud of that compliment.
Yeah. I feel like having nimble fingers in our industry is just massive. It's like one of the best traits that you can have as a creator, you know, whether it's like getting memes out really quickly when something happens or being able to actually make a fucking draft pick every now and then.
Yeah, the nimble fingers are helpful.
Nick, aka Kelvin Benjamin speed. You love to see that.
What is Kelvin Benjamin up to these days?
Kelvin Benjamin's probably in the chat somewhere. I have to guess he's probably watching us.
I mean, there was that one tweet that basically all of fantasy Twitter fell for, that he was leaving a training camp. I think it was the Bills camp or something, maybe. And they're like, yeah, he was like hungry and had to leave. And then it ended up being a troll.
Bro, my favorite part about the NFL is just watching people get fat. Like Eddie Lacy, Thick, Kelvin Benjamin, they're so big. They just straight up just eat their way out of the league. It's like you have a 3-year window to make money for the rest of your life and you'd rather just spend it on like Chinese food. It makes absolutely no sense.
Well, and it's so funny too, because think about what's been the talking point all off season since we saw Zeke at Cowboys camp. It was like, dude, he's in the best shape of his life, all this stuff. Then I'm watching Hard Knocks last night and he's like rolling up fruit roll-ups in the film room and popping them. I'm like, Zeke, I thought you were in the best shape of your life and you're just eating empty calorie sugar like during the middle of the day.
I haven't caught up on Hard Knocks. I feel like this season is so boring, but it's making me like really, it's one of those things it's making you love a guy like CeeDee Lamb. He looks so good in Hard Knocks, and I can't stop drafting him now. I'm surprised I actually let him slip in this draft.
I know. I'm actually surprised. I mean, I think it's really, really close between Lamb and Keenan, so I think either is justifiable, but like Lamb is definitely the more sexy pick.
Yeah. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. Nick off the marks tonight. Not yet. I am hitting an oyster bar after this, though.
Tell me about, I need to hear more about this. I saw an Instagram story. Were you making like party size margaritas in like a giant vase. Is that what I
Fuck
saw?
yeah. So yeah, we had the draft weekend, and basically the itinerary for it, the way we planned it out was everyone was flying in, and they got to the Airbnb by like 1 o'clock or so. So we did a live fantasy draft there immediately from like 2 to 6 or whatever. And that night, like my birthday was 2 days prior to it. And we do that draft weekend every summer, and it's always the same. It's got to be the last week of August, obviously, and that's when my birthday is. So it kind of intertwines. So this year we're like, okay, let's do the draft right away, and then let's just throw a party at the Airbnb that night. So I was thinking, like, I really want to make this a fun party. How can we spice it up a little bit? And I was like, let's make it a themed party. And themed parties are fun, but like sometimes they're a little bit too intense, especially you're getting older. Like I'm not trying to do like CEOs and office hoes. Like my sister was at the party. I'm not trying to see none of that. So I was like, what can we do that's not like too crazy, too intense? So we settled on bring your own cup. Like the theme of the party was bring your own cup. And I was like,
very COVID friendly theme right there.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So we can't get canceled or anything. And I'm actually going to run and go get my cup before we pick.
I want to see this cup. I can hold it down.
All right. I'm going to let you, make sure you guys are going following.
Although, should we make these picks before you go, Nick?
I feel like this is when I had to tuck my shirt in 15 seconds.
Okay. All right. Let's see if Nick can pull this off. He's still a StreamYard newbie, so he didn't even leave me with looking at our roster here. We should probably start considering quarterback. And the fact that Jalen Hurts and Matthew Stafford are still here look pretty good to me. I feel like we should start thinking about a quarterback with one of these picks.
Couldn't agree more. We are quarterback list right now, and someone just took Gabriel Verzi. What are we doing out here? Okay, let's definitely look into a quarterback. Are you someone that cares about stacking a quarterback with a running back? Because I like Hurts more than I like Stafford right now. But if you're like, if you know some analytical shit about not putting a running back and a quarterback together,
I think it's good because the way I think about it, again, in a 12-team league, we're just making a bet on this offense more so than we even care about the stacking. And then it's just a bonus. Like Sanders is going to catch passes. Like it's not, like he's some, 2-down thumper that can't catch balls. So I love Hurts here.
Okay. We'll grab Hurts. What is your strategy on tight ends? Like, are you taking 2 high upside mid-round tight ends? Because we did kind of fade the position all the way until – we don't even – wait, do we not have one?
Oh, we have Logan. It was slow to load there. I was like,
dude, it scared me a little bit. I was like, fuck.
I think we don't have to do tight ends here. I mean, I like Parker Ruggs. Who do you like here? Quick.
We're just
don't get timed out.
No, I won't let that happen again.
Don't let it happen. Parker's good.
Let's go. I haven't drafted a lot of Parker, and I probably wouldn't have, honestly, if my fingers were had been worked out a little more this summer. I kind of am starting to like Jamal Williams as a pick because I hate what we're hearing out of Detroit about Swift just like not being ready. I don't know if he's out of shape, but this is like the second season he's come into the year banged up or missing most of preseason training camp or whatever. I don't really like him to start with just because I think it's going to be a committee. But if Jamal Williams can pack on like 2 or 3 starts to begin the year, something happens to Swift, I feel like he's a big value here. I also really, really like Emmanuel Sanders. If I'm drafting a Buffalo wide receiver not named Diggs, it's going to be Sanders there for me. I feel like he's like secure as the wide receiver too in terms of like snaps and playtime and shit.
Yeah, he's had a great camp. The Bills beat reporters can't stop singing his praises. I like all those guys, honestly. I think all 3 of those cheap Bills wide receivers are values. And, it's unlikely that all of them smash their ADP. But then you watch the preseason game and their pass run splits are absurd. It's like they might not even run the ball this year, to the point where all of these guys could potentially be value. So my preferred guy is Babe Davis there, but I've been drafting a lot of Sanders too. I like both of them.
Interesting. Yeah, the entire first quarter they didn't run the ball once, which is fucking absurd. But like you kind of love to see that from fantasy. All right, so back to the cup story. So this was my cup that I brought to the party. It is enormous. It is super super heavy, and naturally the first thing I did was make a giant margarita in it. This will all be on video. It was all taped, and we're gonna put out a vlog later this weekend. But we made a margarita. And I'm not saying that I rated it, but I heard that the rating for the margarita was a 9.3, a hard 9.3.
Dude, I mean, you had to have had better ingredients at your disposal when you had to Top Chef margarita out of the ingredients we had in Miami back in May. That was rough going.
Yeah, me and Pete have had some experiences over the last few months. He's heard me vent about ex-girlfriends. He's had margaritas straight from these Jason Pierre-Paul, as you guys are calling me, fingertips. I chefed up a margarita for him down in Miami with literally, it was just tequila, ice cubes, maybe like seltzer, and
Yeah,
maybe
it was
a
so
lemon, I think,
it
maybe. Like
was.
that's what it was, and somehow it came out okay. So we ripped together a giant margarita. We had some amazing cups. Someone brought a straight up just like a trumpet, and they were drinking out of a trumpet. Someone
Love
brought
it.
like it was like ketchup bottles. There were people got super creative with it. So it was a really fun party theme that like wasn't too intense. You could do anything and show up and find like a cup on the street and come out and have a blast.
You know what? I really like that. I'm like a jaded old person in same way with the theme parties and stuff, but a bring your own cup party. I'm legitimately impressed with the creativity and fun of that idea.
Yeah, I was pumped up. Originally, I wanted to do like bring your own glasses, like everyone rock different sunglasses, but
Yeah.
everyone turned that down immediately. I still don't understand why.
Bring your own cup is fun. Did you have anyone with kind of like the beer helmet type setup?
No, no one actually had that now that I think of it, which is
Okay.
pretty interesting. I'm
I
gonna
know.
run it back next year. You better be there.
I'll be there next year with a beer helmet. What else did you guys get up to? So you just got the draft out of the way early, and then you were like, we'll just party the rest of the weekend.
Immediately. It's so funny, bro, because like these dudes who come out, they're obviously, they're my subscribers, and they are part of we freezing up here?
Did I freeze on you?
No, it's definitely from my side. We still here?
I'm here. I hear you. We're good.
Okay. Is my video okay? I don't know what's going on, but I might actually honestly need to draft from my phone. Something's going on
Okay.
weird with my computer. Regardless, yeah. These dudes come out and they're like all about fantasy, obviously, but they like to party and shit. And they're asking me so many questions about the fantasy draft and all the settings. And I'm like, it's honestly my least favorite part of the entire weekend. So I was like, yeah, we're just gonna throw it up front, get it over with, and then make some draft picks and then get pickled. So that was the rest of the weekend pretty much. We are about to be on the fucking clock.
Okay. All right. So I don't think I can see here, right?
No, you definitely can't. You might have to go blind for the remainder of the draft. Let's see. We have one tight end and left on the board. Irv Smith and Evan Ingram are hurt. It's
Yeah.
Gronk. I think we just wait on tight end there.
Wait on it.
Quarterback.
What other quarterbacks are there?
So there's Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, and Baker. We can stack Baker with Odell.
Yeah, I mean, I already, twisted your arm into the Odell pick. We might as well. If Odell crushes, Baker's probably crushing too.
Let's do it. All right, we'll queue up Baker, and then we have 3 running backs. We have 6 wide receivers.
We could probably go back to running back here, unless the room just obliterated it.
Yeah, I'm down with the running back. Alexander Madison's a no from me, dog. McKissick, Ramondre Stevenson, Gio Bernard, Damian Williams, James White.
I like those pass catching ones. The McKissick, Gio, James White. I feel like those are always like good 4th running backs.
Yeah, I kind of like them too. I think McKissick's a really good ball player. What about yeah, you know what? We'll take McKissick. I'm liking Gio. I feel like he's going to end up just getting his way into 55 passes this year with Brady there.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the stat. He was the only running back to play a snap with Brady in the first team in pass situations. So it's like, I mean, we already assumed that he was going to be the pass catching back there, but to get the confirmation, yeah. And if that offense is still really good this year and, Brady doesn't fall off the cliff, I mean, Gio's going to be a smash. I mean, he's going to be on the field so much.
Dude, you know what's going to be funny? They're probably going to be fantasy teams. They're probably going to be best ball teams that drafted earlier on that have some combination of like everybody on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That wouldn't even be that bad of a streaming team. Like you grab Brady, Fournette, Rojo, Gio, Evans, Godwin, Brown, Gronk. Like you could literally make an entire Tampa Bay offense and have an okay team.
You could. Yeah. It is crazy too. Yeah. And there is kind of the uncertainty there because it does feel muddied. Like no one really knows how to handle Evans, Godwin, Brown. No one knows how to handle Gronk, OJ Howard, Bray. Like they have so much depth at every position that some of these guys are going to just be massive wins for fantasy.
I was going to say, like, whatever happens, we're going to look back on from last year, and a lot of people are going to have a lot of really bad takes. You know, I feel like the majority of people right now are kind of just like fade Mike Evans, fade Chris Godwin at their price, draft Antonio Brown because he's going so much later than them. But one or two of these guys are going to go absolutely nuclear this year. It's just impossible to. That was like a comparison I made on Twitter the other day. It's like, why are we buying all? You know, if you're going to believe in an offense, just buy the quarterback, right? And if you believe in NFTs, but you don't know what to buy, just fucking buy. Just invest in
just
theory,
buy a CryptoPunk, Nick.
Hey, let's go. We're trying to sell our Meebit right now.
I saw that you were asking me, were you able to get it listed for not insane gas?
Yeah, and I still feel like we got it listed for like $80. Is that high gas fee?
I mean, it's high, like just that in, you know, a vacuum, that's a lot of money to pay, but relative to what the gas has been right now, it's fine.
What's $85 when you're getting offered $20,000 for a fucking Meebit?
I know. It's insane. It's insane. Who now you're in on that with a few other guys. Is Sal in on that one?
Yeah, it's me, Sal, my best friend Steve, Mike, who does videos for us as well. Dynasty Mike Me Up, and this kid Nick Zylak. He runs Fantasy Football Advice YouTube channel. So
That's awesome.
It's a 5-way split. I am very, very excited that I actually have the largest portion of it.
There you go.
Because I'm just gonna hold it forever. I feel like, you know what it is? Just every single person, every smart person that is into NFTs is just like punk. Like that's like the thing to own, and I would just feel like ridiculous not owning one anymore.
Yeah. You know, I don't even have we did end up buying back on one, our group of 5. So I am thankfully not a no punker, but I still do feel sick to my stomach of letting ours go, because the one we did have was like an insane one that would have gone for an amount of money that I don't even want to say out loud because it'll make me throw up in my mouth.
Dude, I mean, like, how can you blame someone for like cashing out on that though? Like the prices are so absurd. You can't regret being like, oh my God, 6 figures just entered my fucking bank account. You know, like it's ridiculous. And trying to explain this shit to people outside of like fantasy Twitter is ridiculous.
It really is. Yeah. I don't even. It's this weird thing too, where you're excited about it, but you also feel somewhat responsible. You don't want people to go buy the top right now.
Yeah,
like you want to be excited about it, but it's like, yeah, you packed your bags a while ago before we reached, you know, total euphoria.
Okay, we are coming up on our pick again. You could see the picks now.
I can see the picks. Scroll down. Let me see recap our team for us so far here.
Quarterback, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield. Looks like we could have waited on Mayfield because Matt Ryan and Kirk Cousins did not go off the board. Running backs, we have C-Mac, Miles Sanders, Gaskin, McKissick. Wide receivers are A.J. Brown, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, Odell, Mecole Hardman, Devontae Parker, and then a tight end, we have Logan Thomas there.
There you go. Yeah, this is a nice team. I think we have the flexibility to kind of do whatever we want positionally. I think we're probably done at quarterback. I feel like Baker and Hurts is a good combo.
Yeah, I'm fine with sitting on quarterback. Even if we wanted to grab someone, like, we could always get a pocket passer in the last round if we needed to. I am not going to say anything because Verzi's on the board. Okay.
Well, Chuba's off for us because we got McCaffrey, so we need him to stay healthy.
What do you think about the Jets running backs? Like, I'm a really big fan of having Michael Carter go in the 8th and then taking like Ty Johnson down here in the 14th, 15th.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, basically it's this weird situation, right? Where Tevin Coleman's probably going to be the early down back. Ty Johnson's probably going to be the pass catching back. And then it's like, is Michael Carter good or not? And is he going to ruin it for those guys? I like
he's not playing at all with the ones. I just feel like he's going to take forever to get into a committee. So you go Ty here?
Yeah, cool? Let's do Ty.
What's your thoughts on like this Baltimore backfield now with Dobbins out? Oh, we got to make our pick again.
Yeah, let's make our pick and then figure it out. What are wide receivers at the? I mean, oh my God, is Beasley still here at pick 169? That's kind of crazy.
That feels like a personal pick, a political pick.
I'm good with that. I'd probably take a wide receiver. I like Hamler too. I mean, Hamler, talk about the ultimate best ball guy.
We'll go Beasley. We'll just get pieces of that Buffalo offense.
Yeah, that's how I definitely break ties when I'm doing these drafts. It's like, all right, I already grabbed, one of these guys. Let's grab another. Oh, for some reason I thought we had Gabe Davis on this team. We were just talking about him. We didn't draft him.
No, we spent like 20 minutes talking about all the Buffalo receivers that we wanted and then just didn't draft any of them.
That did. These guys come in my chat too here. Did someone give you
Yeah.
$1.99 and no comment?
Yeah. I love that. I tell them not to super chat because I don't fucking feel like answering their questions most
I
of the
know.
time.
I feel so much
These
guilt.
bots follow Pete everywhere.
When you get the super chat, you just feel an obligation. Someone gave you $10 earlier and asked a dynasty question and you ignored it.
Dude, like, listen, if you come into the stream, you best know the rules. All right.
What were we talking about? You asked, about the Ravens. Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, I really want Justice Hill to be a thing, but Jim Harbaugh was asked about the running backs and like didn't even mention Justice Hill. He just said Tyson Williams. So I'm like, okay, I guess Tyson's the guy.
Tyson, yeah, dude. I'm starting to definitely prefer Tyson to Justice Hill at this point. It's funny because I made a video about the situation, and I was like, yeah, if you're in a dynasty league, you don't get free agent running backs off the waiver wire often that have an opportunity to play. So blow all your offseason fab at this point on Tyson Williams. And like every Ravens fan was like, yeah, Justice Hill, absolute trash. Tyson Williams is a fucking baller. So we are firmly on the Tyson bandwagon, and there's no way he falls back to us. But I don't know. Gus is a guy that I feel like you know what you're getting out of Gus Edwards. The only thing that's going to swing as to whether or not you look stupid or sound stupid is the touchdown upside. Like he could finish the year with 7 touchdowns. He could finish the year with like 13 touchdowns, on the ground, because this offense is just such a high scoring ground and pound type offense. But it's just such a lucky break whether or not he's gonna have the 235 carries, 240 carries or whatever, good rushing yardage. But touchdowns are gonna make or break what he does.
Yeah, and it's also. Yeah, it's an interesting one too with him because I agree. Like the touchdowns are really obviously hard to predict. There's lots of variance to that. I feel like Gus Edwards, the knock against him is, he's never going to be a bell cow back. Like I think they know what he is and they're going to keep him to that. So to me, that's like one of these other backs is going to be relevant. And if the team is telling us it's going to be, did you say it's Tyson, not Tyson?
Yeah, I don't really know. I just
you just like that.
Someone was like, I when I was making the video, I said Tyson at first, and then I realized there was a the apostrophe, and it's TY apostrophe SON. So I was like, I don't know if it's Tyson, I don't know if it's Tyson. Like anyone out there who has this name or knows someone with it, can you let me know? And someone was like, yo, I have a friend named Tyson. You said it right, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, did I say it right the first time or the second time? So we were not able to confirm it yet. So you keep making yourself sound like an idiot. Just go off, King.
All right, no, I'm gonna stick to that. I'm gonna go with Tyson. I'll roll with you on that. But yeah, I think one of these guys, if Nick responded, no nation, probably get more of a let's turn down what he could roll. You just got told off by Lego Batman.
Equal opportunity here.
Yeah. People keep asking, now they're in my mentions, is Pete drinking an elite stout in this video? No, I had a glass of wine as evidenced by my kind of red teeth now.
Pete, you've changed, bro. You're too classy now. I make one shitty margarita and you switch all together to wine.
I know. I am seeing here, did you receive the Penelope's Country Club NFT from Carlini, the influencer one here? He did a Photoshop where he did a Photoshop that says not enough followers for influencer per. He's trying to shame you on this, but he needs all the help he can get.
That's funny. I don't know if I saw it or not.
Oh
wait, that's a great Photoshop. Respect to him for that.
I'm gonna check your account right now, because if he did send it, which he did, the floor on these right now, Nick, is 0.3. You literally just got airdropped in a $1,000 gift.
Bro, are you serious?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Cool cat.
I'm not gonna say it on stream, but I'm selling your shit right away. Sorry, dog.
I'm serious, Nick. Don't sell it. This guy
Really?
Carlini is a wizard. He's doing a ton of crazy stuff with this project. He has like this liquidity pool where people can dump stuff in and out. He's giving rewards for people who have it as the avatar. I really think he's going to crush long term. I would just sit on it. That's my piece of financial advice.
That just feels like what everybody's saying about every project. It's like, listen, I really believe in this fucking
I
cat.
will
This
I
cat
will flood
with one
every
leg that's
project.
smoking a cigarette and has one of his eyes of his glasses poked out. I really believe in this.
You're also gonna make me look bad if I got you airdropped a gift and then you flip it. But do
I
what
won't.
you will.
Yeah, you're right. I won't do that just because I care about you too much.
You'll thank me later.
I
You'll
won't
thank
do
me
it.
later.
Yeah.
Okay, we are on the clock. We have 2 more picks here. We definitely need 1 more tight end.
Yeah, we do. Let's see what we got here. Ertz,
Oh, man.
Troutman, Blake Jarwin,
So
Pat Fryermuth.
I kind of like Ertz. We already have Hurts. Ertz is on the team. Do you want to do Ertz?
Oh fuck!
So what did you
Accidentally
do?
clicked Troutman. He was out 1 to 3 weeks after the ankle injury.
It's all good.
That's what we call that injury discount value, baby.
And what else do we need
fuck.
here? You're like, oh fuck, someone's trying to give me money.
Yeah. We probably need another wide receiver.
Yeah,
Hilton,
another wide receiver. I can't see on the screen, so I have no fucking clue.
Don't worry about it. Let me run this shit. I grabbed Van Jefferson for us.
Okay. Nick invites me on his show to draft a team on his phone that I can't see.
Dude, like the internet in New York City is so fucking bad that when I do streams for more than like 45 minutes at a time, everything slowly starts to break. It's like we can't actually do anything. So we're out here just chilling. And it's easy for you. You don't have to do anything.
Oh, another thing that I pieced together from your photos from draft weekend, dude, that Underdog Fantasy neon light sign is fire.
Dude, it's sick and it's huge and it's super, super bright. Me and Jack actually went to their office the other day. They opened up an office in Brooklyn. So we went to see it. It's literally it's in Bushwick and it's an 8-person apartment. So they just have their room set up. They have like cool meeting room. It's actually a sick office. They have like an outdoor space that you can like hang out in. So we went there. We copped a bunch of merch for the people that were coming for the draft weekend. And I grabbed the sign. I have to set it up. I want to set it up on this brick wall here. It look perfect, but I think it's probably too big and bright for it to actually like come off well on the camera.
Yeah.
The sign is cool as hell though.
I used to have like on this photo, I used to have some like lights around it and it was actually bad for the camera. And then I had to do like the recessed lighting, which sucks because the light is so cool, but it doesn't play that well with the camera if it's too close.
Lighting is so difficult with these cameras. Like if you see the welcome bike sign back there, if you actually look at it, there's like this black strobe light going through it. And that's not by design. That's not intentional. It's just because the lighting is like too bright for the background of it. I've tried so hard to figure out lighting and I don't think I ever will. So shout out to Underdog regardless. So yeah, we fucked up not taking Donovan Peoples-Jones. I'm hearing in the chat for the stack.
Yeah, I like DPJ. I mean, the thing with these 12-person leagues is the double stacks I don't think are necessary. I mean, if it happens and it's good value, I mean, why not? But it's not something that we're going to lose sleep over tonight, Nick. And I have a feeling you weren't going to lose sleep over this team no matter what.
You kidding me? This is affecting my mental health. All right, we will answer one super chat. Okay. Thoughts on projecting Gibson as a top 5 running back? The upside is there from a pure athleticism standpoint. I just find it really hard to believe. But it's almost like in New England where James White is taking every third down snap. McKissick is basically taking every third down snap for Washington at this point during the preseason, I think. So I like grabbing Gibson because the upside is so high just based on who he is as a player. But I think realistically, it's going to be really difficult to see him just take over the entire 3 downs there. With McKissick was a wide receiver in college. Like he's a good pass catcher there. So Ron Rivera just saw him do it for a year, and I don't know. Based on what we've seen this preseason, it just doesn't look like Gibson's going to be a 3-down guy there. Is Gibson a guy you're targeting early in the second?
Yeah, so I do really like Gibson. I do agree that the preseason stuff is concerning. It was kind of, there's 2 ways to spin it, right? One, it's like, okay, McKissick is still playing a lot of passing downs. He can never be Christian McCaffrey. And it's like, well, okay, a lot of guys can't be Christian McCaffrey. But the nice thing is during the preseason, they were still throwing him passes on early downs. So even though he wasn't the quote unquote pass catching back, they were still getting him touches in those valuable, PPR points for us. So if they just kind of expand his role and don't limit him to an early down rusher like they were last year, I think he can still really have a big year. And we've seen it now in fantasy. Like, CMC is a unicorn. Like, not all of these offenses are going to only use one back. Almost all of them use two backs. Lots of them use three. And if he can just be in a two-way committee with McKissick and still catch some passes on the early downs, I think he can pay off his draft cost.
Yeah, he's gotten so involved in those early downs. So listen, like, I'm getting a lot of comments in the chat. Nick, serious question: how do you draft a team this bad and then get in the zone to do a draft another day? Josh, I don't know if there's any coming back from the team that you've drafted. Damn, my team is trash. Still better than Nick's, though. You guys have to understand, this isn't my team. This is Pete's team. He's the one over here drafting. Okay,
it's me. If I wouldn't have overruled him on Odell Beckham, you should have seen how good this team would have looked.
Team would be fire. Yeah, you bullied me into taking Adam Troutman as well.
Yeah, Nick was like, I'm so embarrassed to draft Adam Troutman in front of Peter that I'm going to do it in the comfort of my own home where he can't see it.
Okay, we're quickly coming on to Mr. Irrelevant, and I used to like to take Tim Tebow here. I really thought over 0.5 touchdowns was like the sharpest play of all time on DraftKings. Turned out that was a fucking lie. So we are sitting here at the 18-12.
I think
we have two quarterbacks, two running backs, two tight ends. I think we might need to go with a third tight end.
I was just going to say, I agree. I do not trust Troutman at all. Let's go with a third tight end.
Are we sure?
So, I mean, I can make some very thin cases.
Just in case.
Okay. Nick, I don't know if you read the news, but he's no longer on the team. If you want to do a Jags bit player, then we need to take Tavon Austin as the last guy.
What do you mean? Your Jags bit is all about LaVisca, baby. What about Tyler Croft? Tyler Croft seems like the actual play here, right?
Yeah, Croft is the starting tight end. Herndon's gone.
Look at those. How can you argue these stats? 36 yards, 71 yards. Fantasy people will do anything to talk about a guy that they like. Let's like Tyler Croft, baby. Chris Herndon's out of there. He's in Minnesota now. I'm gonna be honest. I think our team is fucking.
It's pretty nice.
Extra medium, yeah.
It's nice. I wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating crackers.
Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, C-Mac, Sanders, Gaskin, McKissick, Ty Johnson, AJ Brown, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, Odell, Cole. Y'all can fucking see it. I don't need to.
You got over recapping the team halfway through.
I get tired, man. These streams are tough, bro. Like, these are an hour long, and I'm just talking nonstop, and I talk really, really fast. So I'm really out of breath, and I wish I had filled this up with a jug of water. How you feeling about our team?
I like this team. The Adam Troutman pick, I wish we could have that one back. Maybe the Van Jefferson pick. Basically, all the picks you tried to hide from me. I wish Pete, have I crafted a statement on Colin Johnson's release? Yes. Urban Meyer is an absolute fucking donkey. That's my statement. I stand
tough scene out here for the Jaguars offense.
Dude, they're rolling into the season with 3 running backs on their roster, and their 5 wide receivers are the guys we know, Marvin Jones, Chark, and Visca. And then Tavon Austin and someone named Agnew. I mean, like, what the fuck are we doing, Urban?
Jamal Agnew. Yeah, I saw that. That's ridiculous. I mean, realistically, though, that's basically you're rolling into the season with 8 running backs and 8 wide receivers because they're all interchangeable together.
Yeah. Did Dorsett not make the team? I thought he was going to make the team too. And apparently they like Tavon Austin better.
Yeah, I think Dorsett might have got cut on the first the first wave. Yeah, Dorsett's man, there's so many first round busts at wide receiver. All right. I don't really feel like answering any more of the chats because you guys are just bullying us at this point. But
what are they saying? Our team is awful?
Yeah, something give or take, something along those lines. Is this guy just a fucking hack?
Don't disrespect Agnew. He's the GOAT in Detroit. I am so sorry for slandering Agnew's name.
Joey B with the black avatar. There's no one I trust more than what you just said. Okay, so that's going to wrap up tonight's stream. Make sure that you are following Mr. Peter Overzet both on Twitter, on YouTube. I have all the links in the description of this video. Make sure you download the Underdog app. That link is also down there. And when you click that link, it's going to take you directly to your app store, whatever kind of phone that you are using. I know Pete really appreciates that as a heavy Android user. He'll take you to the Google store or whatever they call that store over there. And when you deposit $10, because these are $3 drafts to help you prep for your drafts, use the promo code Pete. They'll throw $25. You got a $25 code, right?
I do. I'm blanking on it right now. So just do yours. And if I think of it, I'll comment.
Well, no. I already knew it was Pete. I just wasn't sure if they're like, Pete, we like you way more. So we're giving you like $40. I had to make sure that the people know what they're getting in return.
No, I don't have that. And neither of us have that special splash landing page that Jack has either.
No, I've been like negotiating my contract. I almost hired an agent just to have the agent negotiate an Avi pick for me. I think we're going to eventually.
I asked Rudman for that too, and I haven't heard back.
Unbelievable that Jack got that fucking treatment. I think we've settled on what design we're going to do a bow tie, but I think we also want to do a fade animal segment where if you do it and you fade animal and beat him, we're going to have a dog smoking a joint out of his mouth.
So literally every single person on Underdog will have a dog smoking a joint out of his mouth.
Yes, okay. Basically. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us on the stream. I'll probably take the next like 10 minutes to Nick's in the fucking chat. He's creeping here. Sorry, guys. We'll do your Abbies. Yeah. We'll believe it when we fucking see it, Rudman.
Yeah. I mean, sorry we don't have 1 million followers on Snapchat, Rudman.
All right, y'all. It's probably going to take me about 10 minutes to figure out how to actually end this live stream so you could just stare at our faces. But make sure, again, you go follow Pete, YouTube, Twitter, all that.
You'll be there on Friday.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be drafting on Pete's channel. I can't imagine the team's going to be better than this one, but we'll try our best.
We're doing $1 million team on my channel on Friday.
Fuck yeah. Let's ship it, baby. Peace.